It's hard to outrun rumors, but it's easy to tattoo my initial on your body. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Raphael and I am here to review season 13, episode 6 of the morally corrupt Housewives of Beverly Hills. So we start the episode off with Crystal and Dorit heading over to Kyle's house, and already they're trying to paint out Sutton to be an alcoholic because Kyle is telling them, yeah, I talked to Sutton recently and she came at me unprovoked. She was so aggressive, she was so mean, I just don't know what happened. Supposedly, I think she was drinking alcohol. Maybe that's what's going on. Then she started mimicking Sutton, who was mimicking Erica in Las Vegas, and she was like, yeah, Sutton was coming at me like, oh yeah, Sutton, now the people are here at the elevator, now you can apologize to them. And I'm like, ugh, Kyle, aren't you supposed to be an actress? Like, what kind of acting skills are these? I see why you don't get casted in much. But then the Reed, she jumps in it and she gives her 2 cents that she barely has. And she's like, oh my God, Kyle, yes, when I talk to Sutton, we could be having a civilized conversation. And then all of a sudden, Sutton becomes like this big monster and she becomes all mean and angry, like, And I'm like, okay, obviously, clearly I'm watching a different show because, Sutton, yeah, she could be a crybaby. She throws a tantrum. She storms out of places. But an alcoholic? I don't see that. And Kyle, you're one to talk, saying that, alcohol makes her mean. She makes her this. She's been mean and aggressive. When clearly, look at your pattern on the show since day one, on season 1. So then Crystal in the confessional, she was like, it's funny that Dorit is saying all of this because everybody knows her for having this vodka, with 3 carcasses in it. And, I would have been like, ooh, 10 points for Crystal. But she said it in the confessional. So then Kyle was just like, I don't know. I feel like Sutton, the alcohol is infusing her behavior and it's making her out to be mean. And I'm like, Kyle, I know it's not Kyle Richards saying that. And then Crystal, again in the confessional, she was like, it's interesting that Kyle has all these judgments on Sutton and people who drink alcohol when she just became sober 2 seconds ago. And again, Crystal, I wish you would have said that in person instead of the confessional. Like, this is why you only get 2 seconds of camera time per episode. Like, come on now, like, step it up. We then see Sutton and Garcelle meeting up at a restaurant to get some food and to recap Garcelle's movie premiere. Sutton says that she talked to Erica, that they're cool for now, but she still feels that Erica set up that whole elevator scene in Las Vegas, that it was planned. And I already said it before, I think it was production who set that whole thing up. I don't think it was Erica. Erica wasn't even smart enough to get any money from Tom after their divorce, so I don't think that she could plan this out. She also says that her and Kyle talked and that Kyle was coming at her very aggressively. Basically everything that Kyle just said about Sutton, just the other way around. And then she tells Garcelle, I also noticed when I was on the phone with her that she didn't have her wedding ring, her wedding band on. And you must be a nosy person to notice such a thing like that about somebody. But then again, I'm the same type of person who I would zoom in on a picture like, yeah, I like your outfit of the day photo. That's cute, but let me look at the background. What's going on in the background? Ooh, that's a nice couch. I didn't see that in your old photos before. That's cute. That must be new. Whose man is that? Oh, that must be her boyfriend. Oh, he's kind of handsome. Oh, the dishes are dirty. She needs to get that together. Investigation 101. And then Garcelle, she says, it's interesting that she notices that. The only time I've ever noticed anything about rings was when Dorit showed up with all of her rings after her robbery. Ooh. At least she's aware that the robbery was staged. We then see Erica pull up to this big, beautiful house, and I'm thinking, uh-oh, she's back to having money, she's back to her old lifestyle, she must have found something in Tom's closet. But then come to find out that it's her publicist's house. Wah, wah, wah. So she walks in, she meets up with her new publicist. Her name is Alexis. Because now Erica, she wants to change her image. She wants to rebrand. Because the last 2 seasons have made her, she made herself look like a heartless monster. So now she's like, well, recently my behavior, it hasn't been the best. It hasn't portrayed me in the best lighting. People think I'm some type of monster. They don't want to work with me. The job opportunities have stopped. So I'm trying to change that and trying to change my image. Alexis, her publicist, tells her, Erica, you used to be on top of the world. And what world is that? Unless she's referring to her old lifestyle. I'm not sure what Alexis was talking about, but okay. And do I believe that she's actually trying to take accountability for her behavior? I mean, I don't know. It could go either way. I feel like she came onto the show this season knowing that Lisa Rinna, her closest alliance last season, was not going to come back. She knew she was on an island by herself. She knew she had to play nice with everybody who was left, or else she was going to ice herself off the show. She couldn't continue that mean girl behavior last season with everybody because we all remember she was going at it with everybody. So if she continued that same energy this season, nobody was going to talk to her. Nobody was going to film with her. So Erica would have had to exit the show. So now she's trying to be smart about it. Like, you know what? Let me play nice. Even Sutton, Sutton, her biggest person that she hated, I'm gonna play nice with her. I'm gonna say, I'm giving up arguing for Lent. That's her excuse, right? I'm giving up arguing. I'm not fighting with anybody. It's all about peace and tranquility. Is it too late for the audience to look at her differently? Because I feel like they already look at her like she's this cold-hearted person that doesn't care about orphans or widows, and she wants to flaunt those $1 million earrings last season, and it's all about Erica. I mean, she said it herself. I don't give a fuck about anybody but me. So I feel like there's a chance that she could recover from all of this. But Tom's crimes will always follow her. They'll always be in her shadow. She could be doing her own thing over here, but people will always side-eye her like, did you really not have any type of involvement in Tom? Or they'll always question her about Tom. Like, that will never escape her. So I don't know. But I don't know. I feel like there's a chance because so far, Erica this season, she's been pretty cool. She's given us some funny moments and some fashionable moments. So, Erica, forget Alexis. Hire me as your publicist. I could get your Las Vegas tickets to go from $3 to like maybe $5. And if I was in Las Vegas and I just so happened to see that she was performing and I just so happened to have like $2.50, then maybe I'll go and support and then come back here and talk shit with the rest of you. No, I'm kidding, but yeah, we'll see what happens with Erica. Garcelle and her son Jax head out to this restaurant to grab some food. Garcelle wants to be a little bit more understanding, like the group escape, towards Jax and his feelings. And she tells him, you did hurt my own feelings at the beach when you said that you didn't need my parenting anymore. Do you think I should have done something different within our family to keep the family together with Dad? He actually drops a bomb on her and he's like, no, I don't blame you for leaving him because I know that he had an affair on you. He cheated on you because I Googled it when I was 8 years old. I searched it up and boom, it was all there. Garcelle was taken aback because she didn't know that her son knew about the affair at such a young age. And people always want to claim that kids are dumb. Kids don't remember anything. Kids are very aware of what's going on around them. So then Garcelle goes into detail about how she found out about the affair. She was in the car with her husband at the time. The kids were in the back seat in their car seats. She had his phone in her hands and then he gets a text message. She reads it and it says, I love you. So not only was her ex-husband cheating on her with a mistress from Chicago for 5 years, but the hoe also loved him? And like I keep saying, Bravo, you need to bring this mystery woman onto the show next season. So then Garcelle started telling him, tell me who is it? Tell me if you want me to give you all my time. So then Garcelle was just like, tell me who's the bitch. So the kids heard this and they were like, Mom, tell you what? So she dropped the conversation because she didn't want them to find out. But clearly the curiosity was there because they searched it up years later on the internet. So then Garcelle was just like, I can't believe this. I can't believe you knew about this. And Jax, he was just nonchalant about it. He was just like, it's fine. It's no big deal. I don't blame you. I don't blame that. It happens. Marriages, half of them end in divorce. Imagine if he would have told Garcelle, look at your friend Kyle. They're about to go through one now. But I love the open conversation that they both had. They were just very beautiful, right? Like I said last week, Crystal, the fact that Jax has a bigger storyline. He already had a feud with Erica Jane last week. Now he has a conversation with his mom. And what are you doing? Then we see Kyle heading over to this tattoo shop and she's telling the tattoo artist, give me 1 second, my friend should be here soon. And then we're introduced to the one and only, the person of the hour, Morgan Wade. And I've said it many times before that I don't like when housewives speculate on each other's husbands on, oh, is he gay? Is he gay? I heard gay rumors. And Kyle makes no difference just because she's a woman. The only difference in this situation is she's actually bringing on the person onto the show that allegedly she's with and that allegedly she's having this affair with behind Mauricio's back. So it makes it difficult looking at the situation like, Kyle, why are you bringing on this random woman that we never seen you with onto the show? The chemistry is there. What is going on? The tattoo artist asked them, how do both of you know each other? Kyle, she was like, It's funny that you asked that. Do you want to tell him? Do you want to tell? Do you want me to? Okay, babe, stop. Okay, so it happened on Instagram. I was stalking her Instagram, and isn't that typically how it happens? You get a crush on somebody, you get their social media, you go down a couple of years to maybe 2020, 2019, you start giving out a couple of likes, and then boom, you're in love. She's like, yeah, I went through her Instagram and I stalked it, and I saw her tattoos, and her music was really good and her lyrics are inspirational, and I love her music. And I'm like, Kyle, I have never seen Kyle so happy like this. The last time we saw Kyle this happy was when she was running Denise off the show. And then Morgan has a very, relaxed, mellow vibe. She's just kind of there, And I'm looking at her like, is she an opportunist? Is she trying to use this show? Is she trying to use Kyle to get her music streams up? Let me find out that by the end of this season, she's going to have a #1 on Billboard. So then Kyle started talking about, her tattoos and how she wants to get something. And she's like, oh, but Mauricio doesn't approve, but I don't care if we're on the run as long as I got Morgan next to me. Morgan was just like, well, you do know people are going to speculate that, that to think that you have a midlife crisis. And I'm like, ooh, didn't Sutton call that like last episode? And Kyla was just like, oh no, it's fine. But look at your tattoos. Look at your tattoos, babe. Let's look at your tattoos. She starts touching all over her. She's grabbing on her like, stop. And this is how you know that Kyla's in love, because that rich white woman laugh, it enhanced to a whole different level. She was just like, oh, stop, Morgan, stop. Like, Kyle was just so happy. But you know what? I love to see it, because if her and Mauricio are done, it is what it is. Might as well just move on to, a country singer and see what happens. Maybe you two could collab and you could be the background vocals or a backup dancer or something. But the tattoo artist is like, okay, so are you going to get a tattoo or what's going on? Are you wasting my time? Kyle is like, no, we're wasting your time, but give me 1 second. So then Kyle, she's also throwing a party, a THC. So is THC like weed or something? I don't know anything about that. My birthday is 4/20, but I don't smoke, so I'm assuming it is. I Googled it, so yeah. She's having a party like that, and she wants Morgan. I don't know if she wanted Morgan to come, but it would have been nice if she would have been invited. Imagine. She was the cherry on top that we needed. So they moved into the private room because Kyla's gonna get a tattoo. So she lays down on the bed, and this is another sign that something's going on, because she pulls down her pants a little bit because she's gonna get her tattoo near her waist. But did anybody notice the type of panties that she was wearing? They were black lace panties, and you know what that means. You know what that means, right? Like, you only bring out the lace on special occasions when you know you're about to show somebody and, you're about to be nasty, real nasty, and you wanna put on a show like, hey. I'm like, okay, Kyle, all right, bringing out the nice, expensive Victoria's Secret. So she's laying down on the bed, and then Morgan, she's next to her. She's like, can you grab my hand, babe, please? Grab my hand, grab both. Okay, I'm ready for that tattoo. So I'm thinking, okay, it's probably gonna be something crazy, something amazing. Let's see what the hype is about. And then I look at the tattoo, and I'm like, where is it? I'm like, Kyle, you have me zooming into the screen like, where's the damn tattoo? She got a little circle with some stars or like some dust around it. I'm like, that's what you were hyping about? That's what you and Mauricio were fighting about? What, the first 2 episodes of this season? About, oh, I'm getting a tattoo. This was the big thing? Whatever, Kyle. All that hype for what? But I am here for whatever they have going on, though. I do think it's cute. It reminds me of me on a first date. And I can already see her incorporating this into her tagline for next season. In this town, you have a lot of choices. And I choose Morgan. So then Kyle had the nerve to go from her side piece back to her main piece. She goes back home and she's walking in trying not to make too much noise for Mauricio. She's creeping in and she's doing the walk of shame. You know what the walk of shame is. A couple of you done it. She's walking in quietly like, okay, let me not make any noise. And Mauricio, he calls out her name, Love Bean, and she's sitting there like, fuck. I'm like, Kyle, wow, that is crazy. So bold. You know you're not supposed to go from your side piece back to your main piece. Drive around the street or whatever. Go to Dorit's house. But she's there. She goes to Mauricio, and the energy shift. She went from, yeah, I was stalking her Instagram. Oh my God, look at her tattoos. I love her music, to, hey, how are you? Oh, you have a book? Oh yeah, yeah. I'll get to it eventually. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, my day was good. Yeah, nice weather we're having, right? And I'm like, wow, like it really is just done between them. Like the contrast between both scenes back to back, that was insane to me. And she's like, so, by the way, I got a tattoo. She swears she's being rebellious every time she announces it. So Mauricio's like, oh, did you get my name tatted on you? Kyle is looking at him like, no, I got something else. And then he's like, just like me, he's looking at it. He almost pulled out his binoculars, like, where's the tattoo? And he's like, what is it? And she's like, oh, it's a little planet. And he's like, oh, what does that represent? Kyle says that she only got it because it was a cute idea. And Mauricio tells her, well, I want to see more of it, insinuating something else. Kyle, she shuts the whole conversation down by telling him, we'll see about that. And she walks away. Ouch. Mauricio, just go upstairs, pack your stuff, and just go. We head over to Sutton's house and we see the return of the matchmaker, Alessandra, aka Jennifer Aiden. She comes over, she sits down, and already she's giggling. She's telling Sutton, how are you doing? Oh, can I get some coffee? Can I sit right here? I'm like, lady, relax. So then the Reed comes on over, Sutton in the confessional. She takes a shot at PK. She's like, well, I'm going to get some advice from Dorit because if she managed to fall in love with PK, obviously she's doing something right. And I'm like, I mean, is she lying though? I mean, PK did not like her comment because he posted something on Instagram and he tagged her and he said, Sutton makes up a bunch of lies to boost her career. You're no Dorit. I wouldn't go on a second date with you. First of all, PK, nobody's begging to go on a first date with you to begin with, let alone a hello from you. Let's start there. So then Dorit, she walks in and something is going on between PK and Dorit financially because Dorit walks in wearing a sweater and sweatpants. And she has a history of showing up to every single scene wearing the latest fashion. But now she wants to show up looking thrifty? That's suspicious, but she comes in, they sit down, Alessandra, she has 3 possible bachelors for Sutton. They're going through the options, but Sutton is just shutting every single one of them down, like, no, 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 you're wearing a black tie, no, no, no. Dorit, she's trying to give her some hope, like, my baby, you need to give it a chance. Like, there's 3 bachelors here. You could end up single forever. Come on, like, give it a chance. Sutton is just like, no, I'm not really interested. Alessandra, she's sitting there like, you sure, Sutton? I could go find you more bachelors. But obviously, Sutton, just, if I was you, I'd just cuddle up next to your big pile of money that you get every month and call it a day. We see everyone getting ready for Kyle's dinner party and we head over to Kyle's house. Kyle looks really nice in that orange dress with the hair. She looks good. She calls Morgan, and you're not supposed to call your side piece from your main piece's house, Kyle. Take it down the street to the gas station and call her there. What are you doing? So she calls Morgan to check on her tattoo if she's healing correctly because apparently when they were at the shop earlier, Morgan had told Kyle, you could tattoo whatever you want on me. So Kyle chose her initial, K for Kyle, and she tattooed it on her arm. Wow, Kyle, things are moving fast between them. Okay. I wonder if Bravo is going to give them a spinoff. Something like Morgan and Kyle's country adventure or something like that. But she's like, okay, I'm going to go to my party. That's that. Bye, babe. So she goes downstairs and then we see the morally corrupt Faye Resnick. She pops in and she looks morally corrupt. She looks beautiful. She looks so good. I'm like, hey, Faye, how are you? You're still corrupt? You are? Okay, come in anyway. So she comes in with her guest, Justin. They both look nice. Kyle, they're talking and she's like, look, so Camille and Denise Richards are coming. Faye, she's like, this should be interesting. So then we see, I believe, the new housewife, or at least for now, Anne Marie. She comes in and we really didn't get a proper introduction besides she lives down the street from Kyle. Kyle knows her, so I'm assuming that she's being introduced through Kyle. Kyle knows her because she knows her husband, who I believe they came to her house for an agency party or something like that, and that's how they met. But she's looking like a one-hit wonder because her and her husband, they have very interesting views on certain topics. And her husband allegedly is being accused of SA, so I don't see how that's gonna work out for them in the end. Then we see Cynthia Bailey from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She comes in with Sutton, and Cynthia, she looks so nice. Sutton, she looks a mess. But I was so happy to see Cynthia. I'm like, oh, look at Hey, Cynthia. It was so nice to see her. I love this. It felt like a huge housewife reunion. I would love to see Cynthia transfer over to Beverly Hills, get rid of Crystal and give her diamond over to Cynthia, or have Cynthia be a friend of, or have Cynthia be a friend of in every single city. She could start off in Beverly Hills, then go to Orange County, Salt Lake City, New York, New Jersey, Potomac, Atlanta, Miami. She could be everywhere. I wouldn't mind. But Sutton, she pokes fun at Anne-Marie's dress and she's like, I've seen that dress before, referring to when Erica wore the same dress in pink. I think it looks better on Anne-Marie in black, but Sutton, who are you to give anybody any type of fashion critic? Like, relax, Miss Kitty. So then Crystal, she pops in and she knows Anne-Marie and she says, she talks a lot. So obviously there's some history there. And I just wish that they would have gotten one of Crystal's 15 friends that stopped talking to her that she mentioned last season onto this season, but missed opportunity. So then Erica, Erica comes in and she looks good. I love the outfit that she had on, the pink dress with the pink gloves, looks good. Dorit comes in next. Garcelle comes in next. Then we see this black truck pull up to the driveway, and this reminded me of Bad Girls Club when they usually have replacements. They will pull up to the limo. That's what this reminded me of. Like, we're about to have Denise and Camille replace Crystal and what's her name, Sutton. So then Denise Richards and Camille, it's not Camille Grammer, right? It's Camille Meyer or Mayer or Camille Oscar Mayer Wieners, whatever. But Camille and Denise Richards, they pop out and they're also another blast from the past. And this was nice because, again, it's a big housewife reunion. Like, this whole episode was just stacked full of people. And Denise, I'm not sure what was going on with her. Maybe she, took a couple of drinks in the car because she's just coming out. She's telling, what's her name, Camille, should we go back to In-N-Out and get some burgers and just go back home? I'm like, Denise, what? But maybe she was just worried. And Camille looks good. And I just do not understand why they've never brought Camille or Denise back as friends of, if not full-time housewives. Get rid of Sutton, or have Sutton be a friend of. Get rid of Crystal and bring on Cynthia Bailey, Camille, and Denise Richards, and add Faye Resnick as a friend of for next season. And boom, we have a show. But they come in, and I'm not sure if anybody knew that they were coming in because they bust through the door. Denise walking in with her fur jacket. Garcelle is just like, oh. So Denise was like, what do you mean, oh? I'm like, whoa, is there a demon inside? What was going on with that? But she comes in and she's like, what's going on? What's happening? She starts talking to Erica, and obviously Denise, she's a little buzzed. Camille doesn't have to do much. She just has to show up and look pretty. Her and the morally corrupt Faye Resnick, they greet each other, but it was the fakest thing ever because they lean in for a hug like, hey, fake ass bitch. Hey, fake ass bitch. I missed you. You look good. And they go their separate ways. For now, because Sutton, she tells Kyle, can we talk privately? So they go to a separate room. Everybody else, they all go to the dinner table. And then we see Camille and Denise sitting right in front of the morally corrupt Faye Resnick. So Camille, she whispers over to Denise, oh my God, we're sitting right in front of Faye. Like, ew, this is so tragic. I'm like, wow, Camille, you're still a mean girl after all these years, huh? So the morally corrupt Faye Resnick, she gets up, she storms off to her friend Justin. She's like, I can't sit in front of that woman. Put me somewhere else. Can I take your seat? So they swap seats. Bravo. Hello, we have a storyline right there. Faye Resnick, Denise, Camille, like, come on, let's get the ball going for next season. Sutton is telling her that her ex-husband wanted her and her son James to move out to the UK with him, but it's not happening, and instead she's getting full custody of him, and her child support is increasing every month. And I was with Kyle, and Kyle was just like, oh, okay. Like, what's the issue? Why is she crying about this? Because she was in full-on tears. And she was like, I just want you to be supportive. Like, obviously, this is bothering me, and you're not being supportive. And Kyle is like, well, you're being a little out of touch right now. And I mean, honestly, all of you are out of touch, but this is a whole new level. I really don't understand it. But, then she tells Sutton, is this the reason why you were acting so funny and strange at your house the other night? Sutton agrees, and she says, yeah, that's probably why I was acting like that. What's your excuse for acting the way you were? And I just wish that Sutton would just be direct and stop with the subliminal talking and just ask Kyle, hey, what's going on between you and Mauricio? Are you two getting a divorce? And who is Morgan? Like, you took on Erica the past 2 seasons about her legal issues, and you questioned her about it, yet you can't question Kyle about this? Like, what's going on? But then back at the table, we see Denise and Erica. They're talking and they're wondering, where is Kyle? Denise, she tells Erica, well, Maybe she took a edible or something, you know. I'm like, Denise, somebody get her some water. But then Erica, she was just like, oh, Denise, you need to stop. So then back in Kyle's room with Sutton, Kyle keeps telling her, if you have something to ask me, just ask me already. But Sutton refuses. So then Crystal, she comes in looking for her 2 seconds of camera time. She walks in like, hey, everybody's trying to figure out what's going on between both of you. So Sutton, she gets up and she's like, you know what, Kyle? You're not being honest right now. You're being insensitive. I'm leaving. So she goes back out to the dinner table. Everybody's asking her, where's the hostess? Where's the hostess? Sutton, she says, I don't know. She's probably over there in denial of something. Ooh. So then Kyle and Crystal, they come back out. They get the THC on the go. I believe Sutton and Garcelle are not doing it. Erica, she's like, I want five. I want 5 shots. I just want to feel something. So everybody starts getting their THCs, and then Dorit, she starts, whispering over to Kyle like, my baby, what's going on? What happened between you and Sutton? And then Kyle, she's like, she's being a bitch. I'm like, Kyle, you're sitting right in front of Sutton. I'm pretty sure she could see what you're saying, but eventually I believe Crystal. Okay, Crystal, we need this type of energy moving forward. She tells everybody. So before we do anything, I just want to clear up anything going on between Sutton and Kyle because I walked into the room. They were both yelling at each other, screaming, be honest, be honest. So let's clear that up. And I'm like, oh, Crystal, okay. Maybe you could keep a piece of your diamond for next season, just a piece. So then Kyle, she tells Sutton, Kyle's feeling extra bold now that she has the audience. She tells Sutton, so Sutton, just say what you have to say. You obviously have something on your mind. Just say it. Sutton, again, with the subliminals, she's like, is there something going on with you, Kyle, that you need to tell me? And I'm like, Sutton, come on. Eventually, she comes out with it. And she's like, look, Kyle, you've been working now. You've been eating differently. Something's going on. So then Anne-Marie, the new alleged housewife, for now, she speaks up and she's like, oh, so now there's a problem with working out. What's wrong with that? Skirt! First of all, you're new here, okay? Let's relax and let's not do too much on the first episode, okay? Enjoy your THC and just sit back, okay? Kyle, she's like, obviously, Sutton, you need to ask me something. What's going on? Because now you're asking me about my workout, my eating habit. You don't eat at all. And I'm like, well, damn, Kyle. And I'm not sure if she was referring to Sutton having an ED, but damn. So then Sutton, she continues hinting at Kyle that she knows something's going on with her. And Marie, she speaks up again and she's like, wait a minute. Am I the only one at the table that's lost? Like, what are you referring to? What are you talking about? Garcelle, she finally yells it out. Her marriage. Her delivery line alone deserves every single acting award because it was so dramatic. Her marriage. I was just waiting for the lightning bolt to hit in the background and Kyle's head to do a 360 because she looked over at Garcelle like, what? You really put me on the spot? Garcelle was like, you know what, Sutton, if you're going to chicken out from asking her anything, tag me in. Kyle, what happened to your wedding ring? Kyle, she was like, oh, well, Mauricio, he didn't do anything. I just replaced my wedding ring, my wedding band with a different one. It's a gift. I got myself a gift. And I'm like, first of all, I was expecting Kyle to run out the way she did in Amsterdam. Like, you know what? Never mind. And just run out from the questioning. And she's getting so defensive. And I'm like, oof. You're so angry. And I still don't feel bad for Kyle because, again, she's going after other people for less. She's questioning other people for less. And now that she's put on the spot and people want to question her and her marriage, now all of a sudden she's like, oh, no, I have a lot going on in my life. Leave me alone. And then the morally corrupt Faye Resnick, she starts corrupting and she's like, wait a minute. I feel like it's really inappropriate to talk about her marriage. I'm looking at Camille like, Camille, can you just handle her really quickly? Garcelle, did anybody hear what she said underneath her breath? Who said that? Oh, it's Faye. This whole dinner party was a mess. So then Sutton was just like, oh, so something is going on with you? And then Kyle, she's all screaming at the top of her lungs like, are you referring to Mauricio cheating on me? No, he's not cheating on me. Is that what you're referring to? And if I was Sutton, I would have been like, possibly. And Kyle, she's just losing it. She's spiraling out of control, but she looks good while doing it. She looks like a Batman villain. And she's like, no, he didn't do anything. I bought this wedding ring for myself. Garcelle, where did you buy your necklace? Who gave you that? Zara. Oh, Garcelle has some moments at this dinner party, but, and then Erica in the confessional. I don't understand why Sutton has to butt into everybody's life. Like, why does she have to question everything? First of all, Erica, if I was you, because I'm pretty sure that the FBI is still questioning you on a couple of things. So let's keep it quiet. So then Kyle, she goes off and she's like, no, I brought this as a gift. Nothing's going on. I had a tough year. That's it, and that's that. And Sutton was just like, okay. But Sutton, you were just a little bit too soft on Kyle because you had all these questions in the confessional, yet face to face is crickets. So it's just so funny how she's not honest with them and telling them, yeah, I don't feel the same way that I used to about my marriage or my husband, Mauricio. He doesn't fulfill me emotionally anymore. But trust me, it's gonna come out one way or another because she could only hide it for so long. So this whole episode was really fun to watch. It was hilarious. This dinner party was hilarious. And it was nice to see Cynthia Bailey, the morally corrupt Faye Resnick, Camille, and Denise. I love seeing all of them in the mix. And I believe, how many people were at this dinner party? Like 16, 20 people? I feel like they should be the cast for next season. Let me know what you all thought about this whole episode down in the comments. Bye, everybody. Mwah.